I've been in a tough situation lately, so basically I can either take the van, which is my parents' old van, or my truck, which was my current vehicle. But the van has a lot of nice things that the truck doesn't, and the truck has a lot of nice things that the van doesn't. So today we're going to go through the pros and cons of each to figure out which one we'll take, and then you, yes you, will vote in the comments for which one I will take. Well, if you come over here, one pro on the outside of the truck is this keypad, which is very helpful if you forget your key anywhere. Another pro on the outside for this truck is indeed the truck bed, something the van does not have that can be useful for hauling stuff outside. So pros on the inside of the truck is one, it has this push to vent button, which rolls down the back window, which is very helpful, along with the sunroof, so you can have a nice flow of air through it. And then the four-wheel drive is a big pro. And the display, it can light up if you turn it on, but can't see it right now because it's too bright outside. But it also doesn't have automatic lights, which is more of a con. But it did used to have Bluetooth with this thing. Plug it in here in the radio, but the radio was fried. So off to the van's pros. With the truck being from 2001, the van is from 2019, so it has 18 years newer, which it is still in good condition, with like no scratches, paint job's nice, very nice lights, plenty of trunk space back here with the opening door, no scratches anywhere practically, and it has 30,000 less miles than the truck. So those are some pros on the outside of the van. On the inside of the van, we have very many nice accommodations, like the touchscreen with Bluetooth, the very more modern display with controls on the steering wheel, and we have a nice array of cup holders with a very nice AC setup here, and has automatic lights. And if we go to the back, there's plenty more advantages to having the van. Okay, off with the van, it does have very nice sliding doors, which makes it a lot easier to get out in tight parking spaces. It has a seat that's been down for a while, but it can come up along with the seat that you guys are in right now. All these seats can go down for much more space if you need it to. And what's really nice about the van is it has its own movie player with AC controls that you can turn on if you really want to. So those are the pros. Let's go to the cons of both. Now that you've seen the pros for each vehicle, we're going to go through the cons, starting with the truck. Now, with the cons of the outside of the truck, it does have scratching in some places, and it has lights that aren't as good as the van, which is not very helpful at night. It also has a floodlight that I still don't know how to turn on. That could be useful if I figured out how to turn it on, but I don't. The handlebars are a little wonky, they go up instead of out. And if we go to the back, which is a buff for the truck, it is a small truck bed. So with that, let's go into the inside of the truck for the inside cons. With the cons on the inside of the truck, there is no automatic lights, which really sucks, because if you forget to turn it off, then it kills your battery and it fried the radio. But my grandma did say if I keep the truck, she'd get me a new radio, so that could help out the truck. Along with the truck, it has a sunroof, moonroof that doesn't close all the way, it just goes in between. And if we turn on the battery, we can see that the passenger window does not want to roll down. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is failing to roll down. But this one works, and the two back ones work. Never mind, the back right one does not want to work either, which is not helping the truck's case in this argument. Also, it rotates in between the two. And along with the sunroof, moonroof, the condition of the ceiling is not in its greatest condition. Just brushing upon it brings down dust from everything. And the seals on the windows aren't the best either. So now that we've done the cons for the truck, let's go off to the van. Now if we go to the cons of the outside of the van, the only big con that the van has on the outside is that it's a van and does not look like a truck. Because if you're like a Sigma male like me, it kind of sucks to have a van instead of a truck. But the van is better in a lot of different ways, including gas mileage, which also helps the van's case. It is quite the competitor in the argument between the two. Now, the inside of the van does not have very many cons, which the only one is that the van does not have four-wheel drive, which would be very helpful for random blizzards like the one we just had not too long ago. The van also does go faster, it speeds up faster, which may not help out a lot of people, but is very fun to have. Like, the truck speeds up insanely slow, but the van has a V8 and speeds up quickly. So after all that, let's go review all of them. After you've seen the pros and cons of each, the van has more pros and less cons, and the truck has more cons and less pros. But the only thing is that the truck is a truck and the van is a minivan, which isn't very much fun to drive to high school every day. So in the comments, comment if you think I should choose the van or the truck, and share it with your friends to get their decision too. See you in the next one, and I hope you guys choose good.